Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Dori Patrick here, coming at you from my home art studio once again. How are you? Gosh. Okay, so where did we leave off last week? Oh my gosh. You guys, it's really hot here in Iowa today. It started getting warm yesterday. It's really hot today. We actually have like a heat advisory, and it's so hot and humid, and my hair gets pretty gigantic. So sorry about that, but I had to put these on for you. Aren't these the cutest little earrings? These are by an artist friend of mine named Sarah Shoot, and if I can remember, I'll try to put a link to her Etsy shop. This is all jewelry from recycled tin that she paints, and I mean, they're layers of fun little, I just love them. So I thought I'd wear those for you today. They're so cute. Little chicken and her rooster. All right. So yeah, it's hot this week. We are not fans, but you know, what do you do? Actually, hot weather really helps me focus on my work. Because when it's hot out, I don't want to be out. So I can stay in and focus on what I have to get done, which is really important right now. So yeah. So let's see. Besides the hot weather, this morning, pretty early this morning, I got Cali Butterbean to her yearly checkup. And she's doing great. She seems to have some allergies, so I've got some little drops to put in her right eyeball. Her right eyeball is kind of icky, and we're figuring that it's allergies. But I don't know how many of you know this, but Callie Mae went on a weight loss journey over the past year. So when we had Bosco, and he was struggling with his cancer, and towards the end, this is our chocolate lab that we used to have. Towards the end, his appetite was really non-existent, which was not Bosco at all. And so we really struggled to like find things. I mean, there was a week there where really we could only get lunch meat into him. He just didn't feel like eating. And so in combination of getting Bosco his calories and a little mismeasurement of food, Callie Mae got pretty chubby a year ago. So her checkup last year was not as good. She was chunka-lunka. Still full of, she still was like moving and full of energy and everything. She just got chunky. So we promptly put her on a low-calorie food and got her some more exercise. And Bosco passed on New Year's Eve, and so all of this, most of the winter and this spring, she's been doing her little workouts and doing her low-calorie food, and we got her back down to her fighting weight. I'm so happy. Yeah, it was nice to get a good report card for her this morning. So, and she was not impressed. She thought we were going to daycare. And she was not. And she didn't like that. She got poked with the needle a couple times. And anyway, she's fine. But that was my morning, and so now I'm trying to get caught up on laundry and stuff. My main focus right now is getting ready for Art Fest Midwest, which is coming up. It's not this coming weekend, but next weekend. So it's June 25th and 26th in downtown Des Moines. So those of you who know the Des Moines area, this is not the outdoor art show that's happening. It's the same weekend as that, but we are inside at the convention center downtown, which is so awesome. I love me an indoor show where I don't have to worry about weather. So that is my main focus. I am like banging out work for Art Fest Midwest. And later in the video, I'm going to show you a few things that I have in progress for that. I've also been, as you know from last week, I am going to be a teacher for Fodder School 2. And if you don't know what Fodder School is, I'll put a link to their website in the description. It's basically year-long lessons in creating collage fodder, different ways to make collage materials, and then projects for using your collage materials. And I am excited. I had a mostly great time filming. There's a little bonus lesson that I have to redo. It's a long story, but I screwed up my video for the bonus lesson. So I still have to do that, but I'm done with my main lessons for that and have submitted them. So the sign-ups for Fodder School 2 are coming. It's not happening just yet. We're getting ready to start sharing the info with you guys. So stay tuned. I'll be sure to share that info when it goes live. It was really fun. You know, one thing I'm realizing about teaching, so it's kind of, a lot of you know my backstory. For 12 years, I ran a make and take art studio and a gift shop combined. And there we organized all kinds of parties, workshops, classes, da-da-da-da-da. And when I closed that business and came home to focus on my own art, I really just stopped teaching altogether for several years. I think I've been home now for 6 years, but I was like worn out because I was doing it all the time, and I just wanted some quiet time to focus on my own art. So only recently have I really been getting back into the groove of teaching again, and I'm finding that by being selective in what I teach and where I teach, it's really energizing me again. Teaching kind of opens up this little part of your brain for possibility that is different from sitting here quietly by yourself working on your art. It's a different energy when you're talking through what you're doing. It's just different, and it's got me jazzed. So I did those little sessions where I shared some ideas about creating collage material, and man, I didn't want to stop. I wanted to just like keep on going. And I then turned some of my materials that I made in the class, started gluing it down on my artwork that I'm going to take to Art Fest Midwest, because it was just so invigorating to do that again. So that's a little nugget I'm going to tuck away for later. I'm very hesitant to fill my schedule up with lots of teaching because I still feel like I really need that quiet time to work on my own stuff. But I think doing a little bit of it here and there is going to really help with the creative juices. So we'll see. Okay, so 2 things I want to share today. I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna take a peek at the stuff I have in progress right now. Basically a little sweep around the studio so you can kind of see what I've got going on. And you guys, it's a freaking mess. This whole house is a mess. We are in crunch time. I am in crunch time getting ready for shows. My hubby, for those of you who don't know, his hobby is making homemade ice cream. And I'm not talking just Neapolitan flavors, people. We are talking artisan flavors. He loves experimenting with fun combinations. Like he just made garlic bread ice cream. So that tells you. That sums it up, doesn't it? So he's always loved doing this, and so every summer we pick a day and we have an ice cream social. So our neighbors and our close friends can come and try his wares, his flavors. It's a super fun day. It is a chaotic, sugar and dairy filled extravaganza. So he is getting ready for that too. So I'm like, got paper and glue and stuff flying. He is in the kitchen and the dining room. He's got sugar, milk, and all kinds of weird stuff flying around. So we are just like a hot mess, but we just have to, you know, get stuff done. That's what we're doing right now. So I'm going to turn the camera around first and show you what I have in progress right now. I'm kind of excited about a couple of these things. And then I'm going to come back and join you here at the table. And I have part of a supply haul. I've had a few big orders of stuff come through. And I'm going to share with you a few highlights of these orders, hopefully throughout the next few videos. It's too much to all do today, and I just don't have time. I got to get back to work. But I'll show you a few of the highlights today. So first, let's take a little peek at what's going on in the studio. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to start by showing you how hilarious my tabletop looks like right now. I have all these little flower doodles on this. This is just, I think it's like newsprint weight paper. I can't remember. I think I was waiting for files to upload or something, and so I was just trying to keep an eye on that, but also doodling. So I've been doodling all these flowers, and I will probably just cut them out and save them with my collage material. Yeah, so that's there. And those are the supplies we're gonna look at here in a little bit. Here's my coffee. Do you guys like Yeti? We are big time Yeti fans. We love the insulated cups, and my hubby just got me as a surprise. There's a little coffee mug with a handle that I really like, and then there's also a wine tumbler, which is so nice when it's so hot right now. I can have my white wine and it keeps it nice and chilly. But anyway, we love Yeti. And when they come out with fun new colors, that's always exciting for us. So let's swoop around here. Don't look at my dirty floor. This is a big one that's in progress right now. This is one of those that I worked on in my outside. I did a little session outside a while back on a nice day. And it's not done yet. I'm still adding things and kind of carving into it, but it's I think it's about 24 by 36, and it started off with just some random I think I just sketched in some random flowers with some black or dark gray paint, and I've just been layering on top of it. Still figuring out what to do with it. I just got distracted and had to work on some other things, but I'm definitely going to finish that one and take that with me. Then if we pan over here into the sitting spot also becomes the lay something down spot. This is a oblong abstract that's almost done, actually. I'm going to do some more marks on it with some, let me get in closer, maybe you can see. There's lots of texture and marks, and I'm digging that white that's scraped over to lighten it up. So again, in process, not done. I'm going to keep working on that one, but I love the size and shape of that. I think it's 12 by 36 or something like that. Yeah. So here's the little sitting spot with all my junk. Here's my little sketchbook, which I'm going to show you on another video, I think, because we're just running out of time today. But Then over here is my overflow table of where things dry when I have, when they're almost done, I just need to let them sit so I can think about it. So this, I wish I could get a better view of this. These are, I think they're 20 by 20-ish, but I'm really into this sort of quilt or grid look. So they started off with marks and acrylic paint, and I've just done a layer of collage material over the top. So like this little section here, this is a piece of collage material. So they're not done yet. Their final marks are coming up. I think I'm just going to go in and refine, just add a few more small little blocks. So what I really love about these, this is that chunky canvas, and so you get that extra area to work with on the edges. So I love putting, little surprises on the edges. So that's one of them. Let me show you another one. They're all kind of similar, but a little different. It's like this one has a little more black and white. I'm not sure exactly also what my orientation is going to be yet, which way they're going to hang. I'm figuring that out. I love this. I don't know how it comes across in the video, but it's like a hot coral. It's not quite neon, but it's close. Yeah, love that. And let's see, does this one has a little bit on the side that I really love. Yes, I found that. I found this in my collage material out of a magazine. So I just stuck it on there because I love that. Oh, and there's like a little face here on the side. I love those chunky edges. Okay, and then the last one in that series is this one. And this is a little more blues and pinks. Sorry, I hope I'm not jerking you around too much. I really love that area with that. I think that's burnt sienna. Yeah, having lots of fun. So I'm hoping to give these their final marks today or tomorrow and get them sealed. For my abstracts, I really like using a gloss finish on these. So we'll see. Stay tuned. And then I'm still really jazzed with these half and half ideas. So these are some more that I've started. They are not done yet because the fun part for me is setting that in front of me and going, okay, how can I make that cohesive? I love that part. I love figuring out. It's like a little puzzle for me. And there's one more back here. Let me grab it. There's the other one. That one might be a little tougher, but I love this yellow paper in the background. So I kind of figure out, okay, what are my favorite parts? And then I just edit it from there. Super fun. And I've got some more. These are some loose florals. This one's not quite done. This one's almost done. I just have, little finishing touches to do on those. And then I also am really into landscape-ish stuff. I've been just experimenting with what my look would be for a little house in a clearing. And this is what I came up with. And I'm going to try to zoom in because I think what is really yummy about this is the texture. I just love texture so much. And to me, that is what makes it. It's a little subtle color palette for me, but I'm going with it. I can't resist a little pop of like the hot pink to make it a little bit more me. But yeah, this is one of those that's like, well, I don't know where that came from, but I like it. So that's what I'm up to. I still got a lot to do, but I'm just going to keep on going until the deadline hits us, I guess. So, all right, I'm going to meet you back at the table and I'll show you some supplies. Hang on. I'm back. So, what do you think? You think I'm getting enough done? I hope so. I go through this every time I have a show. I never feel like I have enough done. Never. There are a million more things that I always wish I could get done for a show. So I basically just work up until the show and then I have what I have. So yeah, but I'm having a lot of fun, which I think that's what it's all about. So let me grab a sip of my iced coffee. It's iced today. I'm going to show you some of the supplies that came in the recent order that I made. So some of these are restocks. These are good old products that I have been using for years and just ran low on and needed to restock. So one of my all-time favorite, and I always have this on hand, is Liquitex Heavy Body in the titanium white. I usually buy it in the 16-ounce size, and this will last me several months. I can't say enough about the Liquitex Heavy Body. Really, like, you can't go wrong with any of the colors, but the white is so useful to me because I can use it to block in backgrounds around like floral bouquets. It does mix well with other acrylics if you want to, you know, make up a color or lighten up a color. The coverage with this is insane. I think that's why I like it so much. It's opaque. So when you need to cover, you cover with this stuff. So I usually end up using like a palette knife with this because it's thick. So Liquitex Heavy Body. And then I also got a squirty bottle of the Liquitex Basics white, and this is titanium white as well. And the Liquitex Basics are a really nice line of paint. I think they are probably considered student or medium grade in the hierarchy of paints, but I'm telling you, I use and mix Liquitex all the time. And I can always use white. So this is kind of a notch down from the Heavy Body. So this is not really a fluid paint, but much more fluid than the Heavy Body. It's kind of that medium range, and it's a great mixing white, I have found. So, and it's inexpensive, which is a plus. So that was a restock. I usually bought this in the little squeezy tubes, but I go through it so fast that this is a new size for me, having it in the squirty bottle. Let me see. And it has, oh yeah, see, that's gonna be, it has that little squirty top. That's gonna be very handy. Okay, more restocks. I always, I go through green gold, like crazy. So I got let's see, this is the medium body, and then I also got it in the fluid. So green gold, it's just this lovely olivey green. It's pretty transparent. Both of them are pretty transparent, but I will mix this with a touch of gold or a touch of white, and it becomes a lot more opaque. I love this for leaves or highlights in floral paintings. So the green gold, and then I also restocked my fluid quinacridone magenta. I go through this a lot too because I love pink, and this is just a nice bluey magenta. I think you'd call it a cool magenta. So some things that I got that I've tried this brand before in the past and had kind of forgot about it until recently, and I decided to give it a shot again because I've been seeing folks online use this brand a lot, not only in painting, but on their jelly plate for printing, and also rolling it over for mono printing as well. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I got some really neutral colors for my selection. So it's a Rowney System 3 Original. I'm not sure that's going to show up backwards, but System 3 Original, Rowney, and they come in a couple of sizes. So in the colors I knew I would use a lot, like I got a warm gray, a buff titanium, which this is so nice, a nice light neutral, which you can even lighten up more with some white. Oh, my hair, good grief. And I got a raw sienna, and I'm really getting into, like I said, the landscape idea, and I wanted some more neutrals to pop off my brights. Neutrals next to brights equals success. This one surprised me. I'm always looking for good pinks, and this one says portrait pink, but I don't think that's portrait pink. Do you? I'll have to, and I haven't swatched these or tried these out yet, so I don't know. It'll be fine. I'll find a use for it. It's just not what I expected. And then I got a little burnt sienna. I take a little longer to go through a color like this because it's a little more warm and earthy, but I'm excited to try these out, both in my painting, but also in my printmaking. So that was Rowney System 3 Original. And I would say that, I would call that a medium grade as well. It is nothing to sneeze at. It's a quality, but it's not as pigmented as like your golden paints. And then this one's new to me, but I saw someone online printing with it on their jelly plate, and I actually have used these since I bought them in some of my florals, and I am pretty pleased. So this is Amsterdam All Acrylics Standard Series. I think this is kind of right around the Liquitex Basics, maybe a little step up from that, but here's what, so this one is Pyrrole Red, which is a nice bright red. And sometimes I just use that right out of the tube if that's what I'm after, but it's really easy to change the tone by mixing this with other colors. So, and I also got the Quinacridone Rose, which I'm kind of okay with this. I wanted to mix it a little before I used it. It's medium pink, so I in my work I like want to shift this, but you may like it right out of the tube. And I think for jelly printing or creating collage fodder, this would be a great like pop of color. So those are my new things. A couple more things. Another thing I saw online, I've been watching a lot of mono printing and jelly. Maybe I'm hungry for a sandwich. Jelly printing videos, and there was a chitter chatter about jelly printing on tissue paper and how some folks are finding frustration with that because it's really, really fun to have kind of that see-through paper for collage material. And someone recommended these. Now, I have not tried these because I just don't have time to jelly print just yet, but since I was already putting an order together, I went ahead and got them. So these are the ones that they recommended, and the brand is Color Fast Art Tissue. So I got this is 50 sheets of assorted colors, which I think will be really fun to play with. And these are pretty big. These are 20 by 30 inch sheets. And obviously if I'm doing print work, I'm gonna cut those down into more manageable chunks. this intrigued me. I'm not sure if this will work or not, but this is the glitter tissue paper. And these are 20 by 24, and there's 14 sheets of assorted colors in there. And I'm gonna try it out. You know, when you're putting paint on it, I'm guessing I'm probably gonna cover up a lot of the glitter, but I was thinking with the glitter in it, it may be fun to collage with this too, just straight up out of the package. So we'll see. And I think, yeah, both of these are non-bleed tissue, and that'll be something you need to look for if you're shopping for art tissue. Really pay attention to, because there is actual bleeding tissue, which if that's what you're after, that's great, but it will activate when you get it wet, so the dye or the ink will just like start running right out of it and get all over your project. I wasn't after that. So got my tissue. And then finally, I picked up a couple more sketchbooks to add to my my collection. Someone online mentioned this one, the Fabriano sketchbook. Eco Qua. I'll put a link so you can look it up. It's 40 sheets of just, I feel like it's a decent size paper for sketching and for gathering ideas. And mostly that's what I need, is just a place to keep ideas, or even just to tape things in. You know, it's not, it's a heavy paper cover. But very affordable. I got two of them. I got the gray and the red. One of these is discontinued. I can't remember which one, but I thought, I think who did I see had these? I forget, but word on the street is this is a great purse sketchbook because it's so nice and slim. It's got 40 sheets. Okay, so those, and then this one I haven't even pulled out of the plastic yet. I get really, I'm kind of weird about new things, like opening them. I like delay it, put it off. It's kind of weird, but. So this is a, I think you pronounce it Shizen design. I'll put the link in the description, but here's the paper that came with it. Out of Kansas City, Missouri. This is same size as the Fabriano, pretty close. Yeah, so it's 8 1/4-ish by 5 1/2-ish. And what's exciting about this, you guys, is multicolored sheets. I mean, what? Isn't that fun? What else is there to say? I mean, it's so fun. I love it. So I think, and what I had in mind for this, other than it just looks like fun, it's just like, how could you resist? It'd be a great way to experiment with some of my materials with different background colors. I think it's gonna kind of expand my mind a little bit when I'm not necessarily starting from a blank white sheet. It's average sketchbook weight paper, you know, it's not like heavy. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do a lot of wet media in here. Maybe some gluing. I'll probably stick with a glue stick when I glue in this, but it feels really good. It's a great size, and I think it'll be really fun to try out with colored pencils and with paint pens. So, isn't that so fun? I mean, I could really sit here and just flip it all day. So, I don't know when I'll have a chance to dig into this, But once I do a few pages and get a little more information on the paper, I will let you know what I think. It's very exciting. And this brand also had some notebooks that were all one color too. I think there was like one that was all red and one that was all yellow, etc., etc. But of course, I had to go for the rainbow. I just love it. So I think that's it for now. There are other things. Oh my gosh. But I really have to get to work. I'm really excited to get back to work and get some fun art for you Des Moines peeps. So once again, Art Fest Midwest, 25th and 26th, downtown Des Moines. Come and see me. I'm going to be in booth 375. I'll remind you again next week. Next week I'll probably be even more frenzied. But yeah, I'm just wishing you all a good rest of the week. I hope you're all doing well, staying healthy, staying happy, and getting creative. And I will see you again next week. And Callie Mae sends her regards.